Happy New Year, Aquarius. It's Kat's Real Life Mystic Tarot, and I am celebrating the new year. Today's January 1st, 2020. We're finally here, and I'm excited to do your reading. Um, I'm going to do a reading that's for your first quarter, just a quick overview of the first 3 months of the year. I feel just comfortable just 3 months. Things that happen in the beginning of the year are going to change what's happening towards the middle and end of the year, and I don't want to project that far into the future. So just a real quick one on that, and then your January reading, just kind of the usual horoscope spread. I meditated and I did get some imagery, but what I want to share with you is the meaning of the meditation, which was basically get out of your head. You're visualizing a lot of things. You're maybe wishing for things, or getting caught up in the mental energy of things. And the message was to enjoy the physical plane. Enjoy your life. Think about practical matters. Be more practical, feet on the ground. There's a little bit of a need to ground yourself right now. Get out of your head, out of your thoughts. I mean, to a certain extent, if you find that you have been in a situation where you've been kind of going in circles in your mind, or having ideas, or wanting to be somewhere else, like, oh, I have this job, or I have this, and then it's like, but I really want this, but I can visualize my life like this. What it's asking is for right now in January, get your feet on the ground, do the work, get with the earth plane again for a while. And believe me, I can say this, I'm an Aquarius myself, so I understand the need to, like, our love of ideas and inspiration, and the future possibilities and all those things. But right now you're being asked to feet on the ground, and let's just go from the practical right now. Let's be practical. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just taking the card from the bottom of each of these decks. I do not know what it is, but we're going to get a reading just for the first 3 months, the first quarter of 2020. So what I have first is Son of Cups. So this is somebody practical, or excuse me, this is somebody young, and this is somebody emotional, maybe emotional immaturity a little bit. This is the Knight of Cups, out looking for beauty and magic and emotions and meaning and all of this. So this is probably someone around you. It could be you, but it's a stretch a little bit for it to be you. I think it may be someone. It could be possibly a friend that's younger, possibly. Now, this is someone that's probably, not much older than 35 maybe, or, somewhere in their 20s, possibly 20s to 35-ish, or just sort of a young mental outlook. But this is somebody that's around you, and they're kind of in a somewhat naive state. Okay, and let's get the overall kind of overarching thing. We have play. So this is a little bit like the meditation I was coming up with, where really it's about enjoying the earth plane, playing around. There's always time to play. Maybe stop the cycle of worrying or being in the head, and just get out. And in my meditation, it involved like ATV riding. So I mean, just getting in the dirt, but kind of just grounding, walking outdoors, normal activity, playing around with your friends, go bowling, stuff that's just real simple and of the earth plane. So, and let's get this one, and we have the Hierophant. So tradition, following tradition, training. It can be marriage. It can be any of those things. And there's a variety of people obviously watching. It can have a meaning of any of those things. But these are all very down to earth, practical matters. This is things of the earth plane. This is the marriage certificate, the rules and laws, the training and teaching in university, the, following by the dictates of society, all those things. So, where as Aquariuses, we probably don't really enjoy, and religion as well, we don't really enjoy following rules, but this has something to do with the need for, or tradition or rules, something like that. And the advice we have, scarab beetle spirit, magic works through you. Okay, so I think that what we're going for here is possibly a need to stop pushing for the next best thing, the next thing we can visualize. It's more like be here now, Ram Dass, Be Here Now, the book. I think he just passed away this month, or December. It's about just being right where you are at and seeing it for what it is, and kind of letting go of the visions of the future, the ideas of the future. This is for January. Just let it go. It says play. It's be naive. Magic will work through you without you having to actually wave a magic wand and create it. It's just saying, just be yourself, be grounded, be in the here and now, enjoy your life, and you'll be surprised. You'll be very surprised at what the breakthrough or the outcome might be. So that's for the first 3 months. So the first 3 months of 2020, take a break. Really try to enjoy life a little bit. And now going into this is primarily just your January reading, what we're going to go into in every area of your life. We'll see where that activity is. Oh, and let me mention, the one card I pulled for you guys for January energy is the Tower. So there is some event that's going to happen, but like everything has said in our meditation, or what's going on, it's like relax. Just be yourself, one foot in front of the other, go to work, don't chase after anything, because whatever it is that's coming to you is going to come to you irregardless of whether you don't try to avoid it, whatever. And the Tower event is not always, it's not always bad. It's a shakeup. It's a change. It may be one that you have been waiting for that will come. In fact, my feeling is that it's something that you've wanted to create, and haven't seen any real results. So basically, you're being told to let go, let it be, relax, enjoy your life, and it's going to be interesting what's going to come your way. Okay, so back to January. I hope you guys are doing good, enjoying the holiday. Okay, so very good. So, whoops, I had kind of a jumper, so let's just look at that. Oh, this is so funny. I was about to say, we have no major arcana in your first spread. So there's nothing crazy happening in your life. And then I had 2 jumpers. You see that? The Star and the Hierophant. So I think this is an overarching theme. That's why I didn't want to come out in one of the subject areas, one of the houses of the chart. Basically, I think you're going to be surprised. For some of you, this might be a surprise, possibly marriage, something that, and I'm sorry, I'm just throwing that out there, but that is coming up. That is a possibility. Maybe you have been with someone and nothing really is happening, and then something, changes there. It might be a shock, like a Tower event for you. It can be like, it can say something about, like the Hierophant again. So basically it's saying, by following the rules of society, by following, whatever traditional education that you need to have, or I guess just, the education to the letter, if you needed to get another class, if you needed to, stick with your job being in the category that you studied versus kind of searching for something a little bit better. I mean, it can be anything like that, as Aquarius, we don't enjoy just sticking with the norm. It's saying here that it might be, and you're going to hate this, I know, but it might be a good idea to really explore the norms. Maybe that's the best way to say it. Explore the norms a little bit this month, maybe in the next 3 months, because did come up in your 3 months, the quarterly reading. And you're going to have some very interesting developments. The Star card. So you become your own. You're becoming into your own by not rebelling too hard right now. Trying to embrace kind of embrace sort of the natural, the earthly side of things. So your whole theme is this. I'm just going to put it up here because this was very interesting how that came about. Okay. Now, nothing else in your reading was major arcana, but just some highlights that we have. First of all, the Son of Cups came up in your second house. So that was another important card. Second house is your house of money or your assets. I think that there is a talent or something, a naive talent that you might have. I'm not going to say anything more about that. Just a naive or nascent talent that can bring you money at some point. You're in charge mentally. In your home, you have the Four of Wands, so you're quite contented in your home situation. Fifth house of relationships, Seven of Wands. So in this case, Seven of Wands, it looks like either you're going to beat out a lot of competition for someone that you want to date, or that you can get pretty much anyone you want to date, because Seven of Wands is a very powerful card. You've come into your own charisma in that. You have conquered and vanquished quite a lot. The other thing is you could meet someone that's like that has really come through the fire and really has a powerful personal energy or aura around them. So be on the lookout for that. Sixth house, there's a new start in your sixth house of work or what you do every day. Can also be health. So if you're having a new start in terms of your health habits, it's going to give you a lot of energy. If you're starting a new job, it's pretty inspired. So something like that. 5, 6, 7, Daughter of Pentacles. In your house of committed relationships, we have the Daughter of Pentacles. Kind of a new start, committed. I'm getting this because this is a child or a new start financially. I don't know if this could possibly be a new pet because it's not a mature adult. This is a child. So there might be a commitment for you to a new pet, or it can be for like a job or hobby or something along those lines. Okay, 8th house, 7 of Swords. There was a thief. There's someone who wanted to thieve from you. It can be something in your own psychology that wanted to thieve from you, steal from you, take the energy from you. Doing battle with that. So, yeah, probably on a psychological level. There's something that's stealing your energy. 9th house is dropping the burdens, so you're about done with any kind of, those of you that are doing any schooling, you might be coming to the end of that that tenure that you have where you have to continue your schooling. This is 10 of Wands. This is where you drop the burden. So you're about to drop the burden. And in the 9th house, it's really has something to do with can be judicial matters. So if you're in a lawsuit, it's ready to end. It can be in education, higher education, where you're about to finish up and you're done. Maybe certification or anything like that you might have. And it can also be foreign countries, like travel to foreign countries. I mean, I guess if you were looking for a visa or something like that, maybe it'll go through or that, but I'm not getting that very strongly. I think it's more you're finishing up some area of training. 10th house, Four Swords, taking a break. Like we were talking about earlier, it's about taking a break. You've been through enough, Aquarius. You've been through hell in 2019. So it's saying, like, just get with your body, get in the, health, into your health and your well-being, health and well-being. Two of Swords in reverse. I would say not making a decision right now. This is in your 11th house of social groups. If there's a social group you're thinking of leaving, there's a social group that you're thinking of joining with, anything online, it's saying, take your time. Still, it's necessary for you to take your break, take your peace, your free time. Something that's unknown to you, and this is in your 12th house, this is something that's happening to you on an underground level, like you're not even aware of this process that's happening, is the Six of Wands. So this is a big success, a big victory for you. So it's creeping up on you. And I think that what we were saying earlier is, right now you're just going to allow it to sweep in, and you're just really keeping your inner balance, keeping your health balance, taking the focus off the crazy mind, trying to find the next best thing, the next idea, trying to suss out a situation. It's saying try to let it go. Enjoy earthly things right now. And the card that's representing you is Queen of Swords. So it's your own card. Queen of Swords can be sharp-witted person. This comes in the upright, so I'm getting someone who's very wants to give a lot of advice, has a lot of good advice, good wisdom in their mind, very much in their mind. This isn't the person you go to cry on their shoulder. This is the person that helps you figure out, what happened, analyze the situation. So you're really coming across as someone that will analyze the situation, but other parts might be a little underdeveloped in terms of just your feelings, your just general groundedness and all that. So I think we got that point. So I'm going to let that alone. So there's no major arcana there, but like I said, by embracing tradition, you are really going to come into your own card, into your own, to the star, to your fulfillment, to your realization. Coming up in January. This is the reading for January. There is an event that's going to happen. Okay, here comes the major arcana in droves now. Let's see. Okay, guys. So we were just talking about you and your first house. We have the Hermit in reverse. So basically it's saying you've already accomplished this ability to give great advice, to really see the truth in the matter, to be able to give wisdom and knowledge to things. But now it's saying, come on out of that situation, the Hermit in reverse. So come out of your cave, and get out there and live a little. I said I was going to drop it, and I just said it again. Okay. And second house, some talent that's a naivete. I think that's where we're going with this. That Son of Cups, a naive talent, and you have the Magician there. So you have some kind of talent that's unpolished, that really is going to surprise you. Okay, so that's a major arcana. Third house, major arcana. You're in charge, and you're on the brink of a new start, or you may have started already a new start of really being in charge of your own being and in charge of your life and where you're going. And this is a mental, getting in charge of your mental. This is your third house, which is your communications house and your house of mental, general mental attitude. So getting in charge of that will bring on this new start. Fourth house, Just quickly, it's a kind of contradictory in a way. There's the Four of Wands, and then we have the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands was also in your fifth house. So there might be somebody that person, I don't know if you live with this person, someone who's incredibly, it could be you, but has an incredible ability to survive pretty much anything. You can see this character here is just beating out all kinds of competition. It's like one of those old Errol Flynn movies or something where he's just, knocking one after the other out, or Jackie Chan or something. You have this inherent ability. I think it's you because it's in your fourth house and it's in your fifth house. So, in your fifth house, this is you that can beat out. And just finding the correct partner in your fifth house is the challenge. Someone that can come on board with you and really be, a true partner to you is a little bit of a challenge to find. Three of Pentacles is a working partnership, kind of a genius partnership. I don't think that you've come upon that yet, but this is where you're heading to find that. Just since we're on the relationship, let me go to the other one where we had the Daughter of Pentacles. Okay, and you have to make a choice. I'm kind of thinking like maybe there's someone you're involved with that has a young daughter or son, a child, and you're making a choice possibly if you want to make a commitment and take that on, because that's a lot to take on. It's instant parenthood for some of you. So making a choice on that. Let me ask another question about that. Anything else you can tell me for Aquarius about this committed relationship with a child is what I'm guessing. Tell me a little bit more. Okay, so it's coming upon you a little bit quickly. This is somebody who is a fire sign, possibly fairly young, Knight of Wands, so 30s-ish up to like maybe at the oldest, maybe mid-40s, or has a young attitude. Knight of Wands. The only thing is this person can be impulsive, and you could be wondering if you want to get involved meeting the children, if this person has children, because you don't want to involve them if this person's just going to take off, or involve your children with this person. So that could be definitely something that's going on there. So let's see and this person, not super reliable. So let's see. Anything else you can tell me about that person for Aquarius? Fire sign energy. May not be a fire sign, but has a fire sign energy. Anything else you can tell me about that person for Aquarius? Oh, compassion, love. This is kind of unconditional love. I think it's a good energy, and I don't know if this is a love that they feel for your child, or you feel for their child, or that you feel together. But there's something beautiful in it. So if you are an Aquarius involved in a relationship, you have a child or they have a child, don't be afraid. I think it's going to be just great for everybody involved. Yes, I think the fire sign energy is impulsive and may not be super reliable, but I think you can handle it, Aquarius. So interesting, very interesting. Okay. And that's why you think maybe this is not the partnership yet, because you're not sure about that person. I think you have the strength to handle it. That's what I'll say about it. Whatever, it's confirmed that they're not super reliable, but you can handle it. Okay, the Thief that we were talking about is again the Eight of Swords. I think every time I do an Aquarius reading, I get the Eight of Swords. It's just a mental construct that you have. You have a little bit of a fight with yourself about your worthiness because you were given messages saying that you're not worthy. So yeah, just don't let it steal from you, steal your energy. Don't let it steal your ideas. Don't let it steal your success. Just, meditate, calm the thoughts that are going through your head. that are saying that you can't do it or you're not good enough or can you really handle it? Any of those things. Everyone experiences them, but because Aquarius has such a strong mental activity, it can be hard for Aquarius. Okay, so on the work front, okay, a lot of Wands energy, new starts, new start, slow-ish startup, and a message during this time. So yeah, making a slow start on something on your day-to-day basis, a slow start on maybe work's a little bit slower, I guess, something like that. You might get a message concerning work, but it's saying don't jump at any offers or anything right away. It's really a time for you to take a break, not overtax yourself. Okay, so major arcana in your social groups, there's going to, like I was saying before, like don't join social group maybe, or don't leave, just let it be, don't make any harsh decisions. There's something that's going to happen within a social group or within maybe, it could be on the internet or something that you're starting on online. There's going to be a call to direction for you. There's going to be a new direction. Don't make a choice out of your head. I think that in time, you're going to be given a direction for whatever your product is or whatever you're doing online. Something's important about it. Some message you have is important. Yeah, the awakening. This is a calling from spirit that's going to happen in your house of social groups. And most of the time when I think of social groups now, I think of online. I think of anything. I mean, that's where most of our group interactions occur, I think, unless it's at work. But yeah, I really see it that way. But there's a calling for you, and you're going to be called by spirit for something. Okay. And the victory is like it's not going to be a fight. So the victory that's coming to you, you won't have to fight for. So basically, Aquarius, so interesting relationship involving a child, I believe. There's being a little bit more traditional in the next month or so. Just, going with the flow, not being radical in your head, but being, just enjoying those things of life, taking a walk, doing simple things that don't require a lot of thought, ATV riding would be that type of thing, like I was mentioning earlier. Yeah, and the work, I think there's a little break with work, and you don't need to focus on any new work at this point. You have more focus kind of in your relationship. And then there is a little naive sort of talent that you have that's going to be developed, I think, in time, and that's going to surprise you. There will be some sort of tower event. Can you tell me, let's see, let me get a couple cards on the tower event. What do I want? I'll use this CHRYSALIS tarot. Can you tell me a little bit about the tower event for Aquarius in January? What is this tower? What does it involve?